The 2026 Formula One era has finally arrived, and the asphalt in Barcelona is already smoking hot with the debut of these next-gen cars and engines. Today was a wild ride, marked by massive leaderboard surprises, legacy teams hitting major roadblocks right out of the gate, and a glaring absence that has the entire paddock buzzing. Adrian Newey's Aston Martin, powered by Honda, was a complete no-show. We're diving deep right now into everything that went down on day one of these private tests in Catalonia. Who laid down the hammer? Now stepping up to the big leagues with the senior team. Didn't give the veterans an inch. He clocked the fastest lap of the day in the new RB22 with a 1:18.159. For those of you wondering about the new bespoke Red Bull engine developed with Ford, that was one hell of a calling card. The car looked incredibly planted and agile, even if the times are still about 4 seconds off last year's Spanish GP pace. But hey, it's day one. Different tires, high fuel, and enough aero paint on the cars to paint a house. On the other side of the coin, Mercedes proved that their new 2026 power unit, which the rumor mill has been calling the gold standard, is the real deal. Kimi Antonelli was the first to ever post a timed lap in this new era, chipping away at the clock before handing the keys to George Russell for the afternoon. Russell finished the day in P2, just about half a second behind the Red Bull. It's the same old story. Mercedes wants to run back the dominance they had in 2014, and the W17 looks like it's built on a rock-solid foundation. But while Red Bull and Mercedes are smiling, it's pure chaos over at Aston Martin. Everyone was dying to see the first car designed under Adrian Newey's full watch, the AMR26, but Lawrence Stroll's squad just didn't show up. To make matters worse, they haven't given a straight answer as to why. Now they're saying they'll run Thursday and Friday. What does that mean in the real world? It means Aston Martin is burning 2 or 3 days of priceless data on that new Honda engine. The whispers in the garage are getting loud. People are saying the car is overweight and that Honda is struggling to get the electrical side of the house in order. When you have Newey, you know he pushes deadlines to the absolute edge to find performance, but starting a test this big behind the 8 ball is never a good look. If you're a diehard F1 fan and you want to understand every nut and bolt of this technical revolution, you need to be right here with us. I've got a special invite for you. Hit that subscribe button for Formula News USA right now. When you sub and ring that bell, you're guaranteeing you won't miss a single deep dive into these new engines and the political games defining the 2026 grid. It's the best way to stay ahead of the curve on the stuff the big networks won't tell you. Smash that like button if you've been counting down the days to see these cars on track, and drop a comment below. What city are you watching Formula News USA from today? We want to see how far our F1 community reaches, and your engagement is huge for the algorithm to help push this channel to more fans like you. Your support is what keeps us in the fast lane. The Aston Martin absence really brings up a massive question about Lawrence Stroll's game plan. When you sign the greatest engineering mind in history, Adrian Newey, and bring in a titan like Honda as an exclusive partner, the bare minimum is having the car ready to turn laps from minute 1. The fact that they're sitting out until Thursday suggests either they are incredibly cocky about their simulations, or there's a major technical fire they're trying to put out back in Silverstone. Newey is also wearing the team principal hat now, so all the pressure is squarely on his shoulders. Watching 7 teams stack up data while Aston Martin watches from the sidelines is a massive gamble that could bite them hard come the season opener. Speaking of teams that actually got to work, Alpine had a day of highs and lows. Franco Colapinto, who's now representing the French outfit with Mercedes Power, had the unfortunate honor of bringing out the first red flag of the 2026 era. He came to a halt right at the exit of Turn 1 early in the morning. Despite the scare and the garage time lost for repairs, Colapinto bounced back and finished P3. That tells us that even if the car is a bit twitchy early on, the Alpine aero package has some serious raw pace. The new engines sound different in Barcelona, higher pitched because of the increased electrical deployment, and Colapinto seems to be finding his rhythm with this new driving style. For Audi, this was a brutal welcome to the big leagues moment. Gabriel Bortoleto faced some serious technical gremlins. The German-backed R26 died right in the middle of turn 10, forcing another session stoppage. The team confirmed it was a technical issue they're still investigating. For a manufacturer coming in as a full works team, these teething issues are expected, but there's still a gut punch. Bortoleto only managed 27 laps, which is basically a warm-up for a full test day. Audi needs to hustle because reliability is what wins championships, especially in a year where everything is brand new. Another team struggling in the shadows was Cadillac. Sergio Checo Perez and Valtteri Bottas had a very quiet day, hamstrung by electrical glitches. Checo, who actually turns 36 today, spent most of his birthday watching mechanics tear the back of the car apart. He only logged 11 laps, basically nothing for a shakedown of this magnitude. Cadillac knows they have a mountain to climb, and electrical bugs are the ultimate nightmare under these regulations, which demand perfect energy delivery from the hybrid system. On the flip side, Haas put on a clinic in reliability. Esteban Ocon was the true Iron Man of the day, grinding out a massive 154 laps. That's more than 2 full race distances. For a team that usually gets labeled as an underdog, hitting that kind of mileage on day one of a new era is an epic win. It means their engine integration and cooling are dialed in. Ocon finished P5, but the lap count is the real story here. He's sitting on a mountain of data that is worth its weight in gold. And then there's Williams. Things are looking pretty grim for the Grove-based squad. We already knew they'd missed the Barcelona tests entirely. James Vowles keeps saying they're focusing on virtual testing to arrive strong in Bahrain. But in F1, there is no substitute for real-world rubber on the road. Without Carlos Sainz on track to validate the FW48 this week, Williams is starting 2026 a step behind their direct rivals. It's a high-stakes bet to trust the simulator when everyone else is already learning how the new Pirelli tires degrade in the real heat of battle.
The lack of transparency from F1 regarding lap times and media access is sparking a heated debate in the paddock. The sport decided to go behind closed doors, trying to control the narrative of this new era. But in reality, that just feeds the conspiracy theories. When we see Ferrari and McLaren choosing to sit out day one, everyone wonders, are they that confident? Or are the cars just not ready for the punishment Barcelona dishes out? McLaren even hinted they might not show up until Wednesday. For us fans, it's frustrating. But for the teams, every second they hide their secret sauce from rivals is a tactical win. What Red Bull is doing with Isack Hadjar is fascinating to watch. A lot of people questioned if the team would lose their edge after some big names left for other projects. But leading the pack on day one sends a loud and clear message. The Milton Keynes infrastructure for the Red Bull Ford engines is a powerhouse. Hadjar was mostly on the C3 softs, which explains the half-second gap over Mercedes. But the way the RB22 attacked the corners looked way more stable than you'd expect for a brand new generation of car. Their software mapping seems light years ahead. And Mercedes, the work was surgical. Seeing Kimi Antonelli push the W17 this morning brought a fresh energy to the team. He was dropping his times with scary consistency, proving that these 2026 regs might actually favor the younger guys who are already used to the complex electronic systems of the feeder series. In the afternoon, George Russell took over and focused on long-run simulations with a heavy fuel load. Mercedes doesn't seem to have the porpoising or bouncing issues of years past. The car looks stuck to the ground. That's a foundation that should make the rest of the grid nervous. But keep an eye on Audi and the Bortoleto drama. Breaking down at turn 10 is the exact broken car image the German brand wanted to avoid on day one. The pressure on them is insane because they didn't buy Sauber just to fill a spot on the grid. Seeing Haas do 6 times as many laps as Audi today is a massive reality check. Bortoleto has the talent, but he needs the seat time. If that Audi power unit keeps having integration issues, the season opener in Bahrain could be a DNF disaster. The Leclerc and Ferrari situation is also keeping everyone on high alert. The Scuderia chose to watch from the sidelines today, waiting for everyone else to break their toys before bringing theirs out tomorrow. Rumor has it the Maranello engine for 2026 is a masterpiece of packaging, but without real-world laps, it's just theory. While Red Bull already knows how the RB22 handles the curbs in Montemelo, Ferrari is still living in the world of bits and bytes. It's a risky move for a team with Leclerc and Hamilton hungry for a title. What we've learned from this first round is that reliability is going to be the kingmaker for the first half of the season. It doesn't matter if you have a rocket ship if the hybrid system quits on you after 20 laps. Cadillac and Checo Perez felt that today. The Mexican barely taught an outlap before the mechanics had to open up the rear end because of an electrical short. In modern F1, which you design wrong now haunts you for years, so the margin for error is zero. The hype for tomorrow is through the roof. We want to see if Ferrari and Leclerc have an answer for the punch Red Bull and Mercedes landed today. We also need the radio silence at Aston Martin to end, because the world is waiting to see if Newey's genius is actually worth the lost track time. Today in Barcelona was just the prologue to a story that's looking to be the most unpredictable decade of F1 yet. Red Bull has the momentum, Mercedes is reclaiming their technical throne, and the midfield is a total toss-up with Haas punching above their weight and Audi struggling to even get out of the gate. If you made it this far, you're an F1 gearhead just like us. These 2026 regs are changing everything we thought we knew about the sport, and we're going to be here every single day to make sure you don't miss a single technical or political detail. That's why you've got to subscribe to Formula News USA and join our crew. Your likes and subs are the fuel that keeps this channel growing and allows us to bring you this level of deep dive analysis. Don't forget to follow us for the best F1 content on the web. Remember, this is our special Shakedown Week coverage from Barcelona, our second report of the day covering everything that happened on the track in Catalonia. The war is just beginning, and you've got a front row seat right here. On the end screen, I'm dropping 2 more videos you're going to love to help you wrap your head around this 2026 revolution. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you in the next one.